Because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs because you're an unknown risk to me, okay? So,
right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
No.
Handcuffs up by anybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Audit Assessor. Over here we break down encounters between the public and the police. We examine the law, the conduct and the context so you know your rights, their responsibilities and where the line is drawn. Thanks to Times Audits for letting us cover and break down this police audit. Make sure to subscribe to his channel and like his videos. His link is in the description below. In this episode, Times Audits is on a public pavement outside a police station, quietly recording police vehicles coming and going. That alone should be a non-event. Instead, officers step out and abandon any trace of proper policing. The focus isn't behaviour or threat, it's his clothing. A balaclava becomes a substitute for grounds, and that snap judgment is enough for them to detain and search him. The irony is that this overreach doesn't end on the pavement. It later turns into a civil claim that costs the police money for doing exactly what they shouldn't have done.
What is it you're filming today?
Well, at the minute, them.
Him? Just
No, not him. The gatehouse.
Oh, the gatehouse?
Yeah, because I was just walking up and down taking pictures.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping to get a police car with the blue lights coming out.
Yeah.
I've got that now, what you spelt my shot anyway.
Okay.
And the gentleman come out and committed a Section 5 public order offence.
Okay, what happened?
He said I'm not allowed to film.
Yeah.
And I explained to him I'm on a public road,
Yeah.
so I can film.
Yeah.
And he called me an effing idiot, and it's all on film.
Right, okay. The gentleman in the...
Yeah, he had a security coat on with a big beard.
Right, okay. And you've got that on film?
I have, yeah.
Okay. What, are you wanting us to do anything about that? Were you planning on reporting it, or...?
I've just reported it to you, haven't I?
Right. At the moment, obviously, I'll deal with what you've just reported to me. Okay,
Yep.
we'll take that into consideration. But we've had a report before anything of that has come through that there's been a male walking around with a balaclava on. Okay?
It's not a balaclava.
Okay, that's the report we've had. Okay,
Right.
because you are matching that description.
Yep.
I'm detaining you for a stop search under Section 1 of PACE. Okay.
Really?
Based on the fact that that sort of equipment. Okay.
So what's your reasonable grounds?
My grounds are
That I'm wearing a balaclava, which isn't a balaclava.
Okay. You match the description. You are covered in your face. Okay.
They surround him immediately, speak to him like he's already in trouble, and the moment he doesn't fold, the stop escalates. Section 1. PACE is invoked not because of conduct, but because of how he looks. The entire description amounts to this. Face covered, therefore suspicious. That's not policing, that's profiling by outfit. If wearing a face covering outside a police station is enough to justify a search, then the power has no limit at all. Section 1 doesn't exist to let officers check people just in case. It requires a real link to specific items and a real reason before detention happens. Here, the logic runs backwards. Detain first, then see if anything turns up. That's why this stop collapses under scrutiny. Not because it was handled badly, but because it was never lawful to begin with.
We're looking at offences such as theft, going equipped, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That sort of equipment can be used for that. Okay.
Right, so what are you looking for then, particularly?
So any further equipment that could be used in the course of conducting an offence such as theft or going equipped. Okay.
All right.
So because
You do realise you'll get a civil claim over this?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs because you're an unknown risk to me. Okay. So
Right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
No.
Handcuffs up by anybody.
Yeah.
What are you doing holding the handcuffs?
I'm doing like that, holding handcuffs. I need an explanation.
Well, it does. Look at your nails, you nearly scratched me with them.
Used as a weapon, can't they?
Can they?
So
What, when I'm in handcuffs?
Yes.
I can assure you now I'm going to cooperate. I don't agree to the search and I don't
That's
consent
fine.
to the search, I'll make that
You
clear.
don't have to consent.
Okay, I've detained you in Section 1 of PACE, you don't have to agree to it, it's
Yeah,
not
no.
a voluntary thing, okay? Right, will you want a copy of the stop search record?
Yes, I will.
Sorry, can you hold them for
Yeah,
me while
yeah.
I just... Sorry.
Honestly, I'm not going to try and break out.
Yeah, but as
I'm
you
not
can
gonna get
imagine,
far, am I?
a lot of
The justification keeps drifting, and now it's pure speculation. Suddenly it's theft, not a specific offence, not a report, just a vague search for equipment that could be used for theft. That's not lawful grounds, it's a fishing expedition. Section 1 doesn't let officers search someone to see if suspicion turns up. Calling this civil claim territory isn't bravado, it's accurate. Then the handcuffs go on, even though he's calm, compliant, and doing exactly what's asked. The explanation? She's a small female, he's an unknown risk. That isn't a risk assessment, it's a default excuse. Size and uncertainty don't justify restraint, behaviour does. This isn't risk management, it's convenience. Using cuffs to paper over weak grounds and officer anxiety, not any real threat.
Being in a public place with a face covering, that's the offence.
Right. What's your name, sorry, just so I can...
I don't give my name.
Okay. So I need it to complete the form, and also if you want to process your complaint about the public order thing, I'll need your details anyway.
Right. You can just call me FT.
FT, okay. I'm going to need more than that if you want me to deal with that complaint.
No.
Because I can't deal with that.
So
if
you don't want to make a
details.
complaint about the Section 5 public order offence? Because you would need to give your details as a victim.
Alright, so if there's a murder and the person's dead, how do they make a complaint? Do they give their name? I don't think so.
That's quite a different situation.
Is it?
And we generally identify...
Right, we're getting on with this search. We've got better things to do than stand here talking around to you
Well,
muppets.
you didn't have much better things to do because you were standing here filming, weren't you?
You have the grounds to search, explain to you and everything.
Well, yeah, apparently they're looking for, what is it you're looking for? Crowbars?
That can be used in the advanced really quick.
Wow.
Been detained in section 1 of case on PC 3096. I'm policing from here, this police station here, Fly Police Station.
Congratulations.
So, been offered a copy of the search record?
I have been offered a copy of the search. You don't need my name for that though.
The Section 5 issue gets completely twisted here. Times Audits raises it early on because a member of the public approaches him and swears at him. That's the conduct that could actually amount to a public order offence. Officers let that go, then later flip Section 5 on its head and point it back at him. Suddenly they want his name, claiming they can't progress the complaint without it, as if reporting an offence somehow turns you into the suspect. That's not how complaints work. You don't lose the right to report wrongdoing because you won't hand over personal details on demand. The timing gives it away. Section 5 only becomes important once officers are frustrated and looking for leverage. This isn't about dealing with disorder, it's about regaining control. Reframe the complainant as the problem and the original behaviour quietly disappears.
It's the top cuff's going to come off first.
Shouldn't have been put on really, should it?
When you're detained for a search, it's the officer's choice whether to put you in handcuffs, but we are legally allowed to do so.
We'll see. So you can witness the markings on my hand?
Yep.
I'll go towards the... Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4 police cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers. We all constables. No detectives here, is there? No inspectors. Couldn't detect anything, could they? What I might do later, I might film all these registrations in here as well. Alright. I'll probably just put them on the internet.
What are you going to do that for?
Because I like taking videos and putting them on the internet.
People's registrations of the vehicle.
It's not illegal though, is it?
You can film wherever you want.
Exactly.
The search ends exactly how it was always going to, with nothing found. When the cuffs come off, the markings on his wrists are unmistakable, deep impressions that don't come from brief or necessary restraint. When restraint leaves visible marks, it stops being about safety and starts looking like punishment for not going along with the narrative. Then comes the quiet contradiction that finishes it all. When he asks if continuing to film vehicles is illegal, the officer replies, "You can film whatever you want." That single line detonates everything that came before it. If filming is lawful at the end, it was lawful at the start, and the detention, cuffs and search collapse with it. What's left isn't confusion, but a clear example of how quickly rights disappear when officers don't like how they're exercised.
So why'd you wear the thin blue line badge then? Part of the gang? Do you know more people, the public, have died in police custody in the last 30 years than police officers have died on active duty in the last 100 years. Where's your badge for that? Silence. Feel proud today? Done a good job today? Go home and tell the children.
I advise you that your actions could be construed as hostile reconnaissance towards terrorism.
What? I just said you've done a good job today.
Police personal vehicles.
Hostile.
For the purpose of putting them on
Terrorism.
for whatever reason that might
Oh,
be.
go on, keep digging that hole.
It's hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences.
Hostile. If I was hostile reconnaissance, I wouldn't be overt, would I?
No,
I'd be
you don't understand
covert.
what hostile reconnaissance means. It's all right.
You're allowed to do reconnaissance.
You're not
If I
allowed
wanted
to.
to, I could map all this ground.
You could be construed as committing hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences. I'm just
Right.
making you aware
Right,
of
okay,
that.
let me make you aware of this. If you think I'm a terrorist, you should leave me alone and contact the anti-terrorism squad. Because if you thought I was a terrorist, you wouldn't all come up to me like this, would you?
When the officer starts calling his filming hostile under terrorism legislation, it gives the game away completely. Recording police vehicles and uploading it online isn't a terrorism indicator. It's something thousands of people do every day. There's no intelligence, no threat markers, no hostile intent, Just a camera and officers uncomfortable with being observed. Using terrorism language here doesn't make it serious, it makes it sloppy. Times Audits' response is the only one grounded in reality. If you genuinely think this is terrorism, stop posturing and call counter-terrorism. That's the line. Either there's a real concern that justifies specialist involvement, or there isn't. And the fact nothing happens beyond dropping the word tells you everything. Terrorism isn't a vibe, and using it like one exposes how empty this stop really was.
What I said was, your actions can be construed as hostile reconnaissance.
I've had enough of you now, off your pop.
offences.
Not talking to you anymore. Talk rubbish.
We can be here just as much as you can be here.
Oh, yeah, I know you can. But I can tell you to off your pop. Anybody filming?
Yep.
Yeah.
Body cams on, yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to tell me at the first available opportunity.
Am I?
As part of your policy. You don't even know your own policy. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Can you just inform him that if he swears at me again, I will press charges?
I'm watching too much American TV, you don't press charges.
Alright, then I'll file a claim.
You can make a complaint.
Do you want your coffee?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Right, he's having a word with him, okay? And we'll leave you to it. But
Should have left me to it in the first place.
no, we had grounds to stop and speak to you instead.
I don't think you
Okay?
did.
Okay, that's fine. Be mindful of what my colleagues just said to you, okay?
What, that I'm a terrorist? If you thought I was a terrorist, you should act on it now. Off your pop. Off your pop. Off your pop. See you later.
Alright, so you stand here all day.
Alright, cool. Yeah, see? Knew you'd leave first.
I'll bid you.
Wait, are you going to the shop to buy some polish for your boots? Not seen a bit of polish in years then?
By the time the officers walked away, the outcome had already been decided, long before the search ended. Not by evidence, but by assumption. From the very start, Times Audits wasn't treated as a citizen exercising a lawful right, but as someone to be managed. This stop wasn't reactive to crime, it was preemptive against transparency. That's why finding nothing didn't trigger reflection. It simply triggered disengagement. What defines this encounter is how normalised the overreach was. No panic, no chaos, just routine escalation baked into muscle memory. Clothing became suspicion, filming became intent, uncertainty became risk. Each step followed a familiar script officers seem to run when they don't like the optics of being watched. That's more worrying than a heated exchange, because it shows how easily intrusive powers slide into everyday use without anyone stopping to question them. And the aftermath confirms it. Times Audits pursued a civil claim, and the police paid out, a quiet admission that this stop didn't survive scrutiny once it left the pavement. No crime stopped, no threat uncovered, just public money handed over because officers couldn't tolerate being filmed. When accountability only arrives with a check, the problem isn't misunderstanding, it's culture. If you found value in this breakdown, make sure you like the video, share it and subscribe to support the channel and help keep this kind of accountability in the spotlight. I'm the Audit Assessor, this was episode 4, see you guys later.